Welcome to another edition of T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. And tonight in Atlanta, it's game 2 of a 4-game series. Pirates and the Braves. Young McCutchen fan, young Cole fan. They are hoping that those two guys can help lead the Pirates to a win in a very important game, as the magic number is down to 2 to clinch a postseason spot. Let's take a look at the standings in the Central Division. The Pirates still 2.5 behind the Cardinals, not eliminated from division contention yet. And they hold the tiebreaker in the wild card standings, currently tied with the San Francisco Giants. And hi again, everyone, with John Wehner. I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Ince-Mikowski will join us in a bit, too. And a guy who has been very tough on the opposition in his short major league career during the month of September is Garrett Cole. He is 7-1 this month in his career. He's got the ball tonight.
Yeah, I don't know who you'd rather have start a big game than your big, hard-throwing right-hander, Garrett Cole. Just his 7th start back since coming off the DL August 20th. That's pretty impressive in September. All big starts last year, obviously, and big starts again this year. Good against the Red Sox his last time out. Good against the Braves in his return from the DL against the Braves. Just a couple runs in 7 innings.
I got a no decision that night, but since that night, as we look at the Farrell Automotive League leaders stat, Pirates first in the National League in all of those important categories.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. The starting rotation did not get off to a good start. April and May, remember, we couldn't get them any wins. Now they're just dealing, not giving up much, holding the opponent's average down to 218, and when they're on, they're not letting them score. Just a 206 average with runners in scoring position.
And the Pirates starters have pitched 23 consecutive shutout innings heading into the ball game tonight. Well, it's a chance to clinch. Pirates did it 1 year ago tonight in Chicago. Will they be popping champagne corks? They'll need a little help from the Reds, but it is a chance to clinch tonight here in Atlanta. Georgia. Pirates hoping for a clinching kind of night tonight as they look ahead to the postseason. But the Braves And the Bucks getting ready to start. Let's take a look at our day automotive. This day in Pirates history. This date last year, Wrigley Field in Chicago, the site the Pirates clinched a berth in the postseason for the first time since 1992. Starling Marte had the go-ahead home run, and then this play at the plate. Justin Morneau the relay to Martin. Nate Scherholtz out, and that is how the ball game ended. And later the Nationals lost, eliminating them, and the celebration began in the clubhouse at Wrigley Field. It was a long time coming, and the Bucks hoping to do it in back-to-back seasons, as now the Pirates' magic number is down to 2. Any combination of a Pirate win and a Milwaukee Brewer loss equaling 2, and the Pirates will clinch a playoff spot. Lineups and first pitch coming up from as the Bucks get set to take on the Atlanta Braves. First pitch moments away here at Turner Field. As young Alex Wood, the left-hander, 23 years old, takes the hill. And the Braves like this guy an awful lot. He was a star here in the state of Georgia at the University of Georgia. And last year made his big league debut, and he's pitched once against the Pirates.
Yeah, just one shy of strikeouts per innings pitched, and he's been nice. A top 10 ERA, 2.78. Really good since August 1st. ERA just 1.91 in his last 61 and a third innings.
Josh Harrison leads off and takes a ball. You'll notice, as Stan had mentioned just prior to the game, you'll see the Brewers Reds score in the upper corner throughout the night tonight. 1-0 is in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Josh. Josh starts the night with a 10-game hitting streak. Hitting .318, trailing Justin Morneau, now the Rockies, by a couple of points. Morneau at .320. And Josh lifts this one up in the air to the right side. Gosselin, the second baseman, under it. 1 out. Let's take a look now at the Toyota starting lineup for the Pirates tonight. Just saw Harrison. Jordy Mercer in the 2 spot against the left-hander Wood. And when batting second this season, he has a .389 average. Andrew McCutchen third, Russell Martin cleanup, Starling Marte next, then Walker moving out of that cleanup spot tonight, batting right-handed. Gabby Sanchez, Travis Snyder, and Garrett Cole. And Mercer takes strike 1. Jordy hitting lefties at a .316 clip. .258 overall in the season. And the 0-1 to Jordy. Inside corner. And it's 0-2 to Mercer. Alex Wood delivers. And Jordy's got a base hit to right. Still hitting the left-handers very well. Defensively for the Braves tonight, the defense is brought to you by Honda. Volvo. In the outfield, Justin Upton, Emilio Bonifacio, Jason Hayward's back tonight. Johnson, Simmons, Gosselin, and Freeman across the infield with Christian Bethancourt doing the catching. Hayward had a thumb injury a few games ago, had a problem gripping the bat, said he's okay to play today. So B.J. Upton is out of the lineup. Bonifacio playing for him in center, and Hayward back in his customary right field position.
Oh, man on for Andrew McCutchen. A big home run in last night's game, number 24 on the year.
This one gets away, and down to second base goes Mercer.
Sure be a pass ball. It's just a fastball that gets away from Bethancourt.
It is indeed a pass ball, and he is considered one of their, well, I just got him on the wrist. He is considered one of their better defensive catching prospects, if not the best defensive catching prospect they have. He might be the catcher of the future here in Atlanta.
Strong throwing arm, not terribly accurate, but that will come. But he can gun it down there.
6th passed ball charged to Bethancourt this season. 2-0. McCutchen was the hero last night with a 6th inning leadoff home run. Only run scored in the ball game. Pirates have back-to-back-to-back 1-0 games. The first time since 1917 the Pirates have been involved in 3 straight 1-0 games. Last night facing Aaron Harang, and he lost that one way over the 380 mark. For McCutchen, home run number 24 and RBI number 76. Reigning MVP. Got the game winner with 1 swing of the bat. Good pitchers game last night between Liriano and Harang. 2-1 to Kutch. He wants time. That home run last night was the 127th of his career. And that is 1 shy of tying Richie Hebner for 12th place on the Pirates' all-time home run. McCutchen a little ahead of that one. 3-2.
Certain he was going to get a fastball there. 3-1 count. Good fastball count. Alex Wood, a good changeup in a good location.
Payoff pitch coming to Kutch. Mercer off of second base, 1 out. Inside, ball 4. 2 men on. Kutch heads down to first. And the Pirates trying to strike first against young Alex Wood.
Boy, that's pretty good patience from Andrew McCutchen. That breaking ball pretty sharp. It's a good pitch. Wood, a lot of success with that breaking ball. Was in the strike zone for about 55 feet. Just breaks off the inside corner.
And now Wood will face one of the hottest bats on the Pirate squad, and that is Russell Martin. Russ is hitting a season best 13 straight. He has come up with some awfully big swings of the bat lately. There's one for a strike. He had both game-winning RBIs in the 2 wins against Milwaukee in the 3-game series. And with runners in scoring position, his batting average at .383. Now with a higher batting average with runners in scoring position than another catcher, Manny Sanguillen, who in 1975 hit .381. And the pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Considering that Russ was in the low 200s a year ago, it's almost double what he hit last year. And he always works well with the pitchers. Garrett Cole, you can see getting ready. Sure looking forward to this game, having a chance to clinch.
One out, runners off first and second. Wood gets a sign from Bethancourt, lefty ready. And Russ takes strike 3. Wow. Russell Martin goes down on 3 pitches. And there are 2 out for the Pirates.
Point Park University strike zone shows that pitch off the plate inside. He won't say too much to the umpire. Maybe just ask about location. Well, was that on the corner? But as a catcher, you don't say too much to the umpire, especially early in the game. Hunter Wendelstadt, Manny Gonzalez, Jerry Lane, and Mike Estabrook. And Jerry Lane, the crew chief.
Starling Marte takes outside. Marte batting .288. Starling had a hit and 4 trips to the plate in the series opener last night. Foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Marte's hit safely in 17 of his last 18. Russ getting the gear back on, getting ready to go out and catch Garrett Cole. He doesn't have much time to worry about the strikeout in the first inning. A lot on his plate as a catcher. Marte at the plate with Mercer at second and McCutchen at first. Alex Wood delivering the 1-1. Now it's 1-2.
You look at the velocities, nothing that pops out at you. The fastball 90, 91 miles per hour. Wood 6'4", 215, and a little quirky with that delivery.
Freddie Gonzalez, Roger McDowell watching on as Marte awaits the 1-2 pitch from Wood. Pulled foul. Right-handed batters can expect a pretty good changeup. They'll see it from Wood. He likes to get guys to chase down and away. He's had 10 straight quality starts. In fact, this Atlanta team leading the National League, leading the majors rather, in quality starts with 108. They just have not had any run support.
Yeah, it's really amazing. On paper, you look at this team and you wonder, how could they collapse with the pitching they've gotten? And they obviously got some professional hitters in this lineup. They have power, but they also have holes. Lots of holes in that lineup, lots of strikeouts, and some injuries to boot.
1-2 pitch. And Marte fouls it off again. And you can see since the 20th of August, the Pirates 21-9, the Braves 10-20. Pirates with almost double the runs per game. Batting average much higher than the Braves. ERA much lower. In fact, Pirates staff ERA this month is the best in baseball at 2.07. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming to Marte. Looks at it up 2-2. Marte working Alex Wood. Next pitch will be the 8th of the at bat. Wood so far with 22 pitches in the inning. Two on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There'll be another pitch.
I'm sure you saw the note today. What's remarkable, Marte, who had a rough first half of the season, then he got the concussion, which made him a greater hitter. I suppose he got some rehab games, comes back, and since he returned off the disabled list, leads all National Leaguers in OPS at 999.
Marte's got Kutch at first, Mercer at second, 2 outs, and again the 2-2. And a foul tip held onto by Bethancourt, strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Wood, and the Pirates leave 2 on. Braves coming to bat against Cole. Braves coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at the Braves Honda starting lineup. Leading off for Atlanta, Emilio Bonifacio, the center fielder. Phil Gosselin in the 2 spot. Freddie Freeman, then Justin Upton in the 5 spot. Jason Hayward, he's missed the last 4 games with a bad thumb. Christian Bethancourt, the catcher. Then Chris Johnson will hit 7th. Andrelton Simmons 8. And the pitcher Alex Wood 9, facing hard throwing right-hander Garrett Cole.
And you know Garrett Cole wants to be out here tonight. He wants this opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. Fiery competitor.
Bonifacio will take a strike. The switch hitter played right field last night.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's very aggressive in the strike zone and trying to be as efficient as he can to get as deep into this game as possible.
Starts Bonifacio with 2 strikes. His last few starts, he got his pitch count up there in the 6th inning. Couldn't go much deeper. 0-2 pitch. A little bit up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The only question mark in the bullpen tonight would be Mark Melancon. Other than that, everybody else is available. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole would like to give them as much of a break as possible by having a deep outing.
And I said it to Stan before the game. I wouldn't be surprised if Garrett Cole's goal is to go the distance.
3-2. Starts Bonifacio out with a full count. Well, he hasn't gone the distance yet in the majors.
You wonder nowadays how many pitchers go out there with the thoughts of getting a complete game. They're just so few and far between anymore.
3-2. Missed, and he walked him. So he had him 0-2 and lost him, and the leadoff man is aboard, and Bonifacio can run. Let's take a look at tonight's Rivers Casino tips to win.
Well, the way these two offenses have struggled of late, you think that the pitching is going to be key, and you're going to have to ride the Cole train. I think it's important that Garrett Cole has a great outing, a long outing. Jay Hay have a day. He's 0 for 1 thus far, but we know he's very capable of doing some damage. Expected against a left-handed starter, and put the wood to Alex. Had a couple opportunities there in the first inning. Came up empty after getting 2 on with 1 out.
There's a bunt. Cole's got it. He goes to second. Out at second is Bonifacio. So they get the speedy Emilio Bonifacio, but Freddie Gonzalez wants to come out and talk to Jerry Lane, the crew chief, about it.
Well, Garrett Cole off the mound quickly, and he gets himself turned towards second as he fields it. That's what you want. And out easily. It almost seemed as if Bonifacio started his slide a little bit early, as you know, it seemed like he was a foot or 2 into that slide, but nowhere near the base. Good play by Cole. Keep that runner out of scoring position.
1 out, 1 on. Freddie Freeman, the batter. Freeman hitting .290. You know, there's only 2 players in all of baseball that have started every game for their team this season. Freeman is one, and the Giants' Hunter Pence is the other.
Pretty impressive. It's a guy that does not want out of the lineup.
Pitch outside to Freeman, 2-0. The Reds are on the board against Milwaukee. We'll show you how they got the run shortly. 2-0. There's a strike and a foul tip. 2 balls, 1 strike to Freddie Freeman.
Interesting how early in the game the Cole velocity only, and with Cole, who throws regularly in the upper 90s, it's hard to say only throwing 93, 94 miles per hour, but that's pretty much common.
2-1's foul back, and it's 2-2. Freeman had a pair of hits in the game last night. Cole trying to get him out right now. 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the first. No score here in Atlanta. Two to Freeman. That'll wait. Throw to first. Gosselin back. Cole's pitch. Swung on rope to right field. That's going to head for the corner. Gosselin around second. He is on his way to third, and Gosselin's going to be waved home. Here's the relay from Walker. Gosselin scores. Throw down to third base, and Freeman is out. Braves score first, 1-0 Atlanta. On a double by Freddie Freeman. And the Braves strike first here tonight at Turner Field.
Breaking ball from Garrett Cole breaks right into the middle part of the plate. Freeman, just too good a hitter to miss that pitch. It's a long way out there for Travis Snyder, who is playing Freeman a little bit the other way. Fortunately, Freeman kind of holds up at second. He kind of waits to see the throw come home, and then he turns it on again, tries to get to third, and you see there, throw from Martin to Harrison in time.
So Freeman drives in the run, his 76th RBI. Justin Upton, the batter. Ball 1-2. Well, you got to score one anyway, Ron. Well, there's the delay you're talking about. If he runs the whole way, he's probably safe. To center field, and McCutchen will have to play it on a hop. Back-to-back hits here in the first for the Braves.
Hopefully that run of 1-0 games will end here tonight. There's a fastball off the plate inside. That's a nice swing there from Upton. Staying inside, hitting it hard back through the box.
See the Reds at the top of your screen, now leading 2-0. Little long distance baseball we'll show you here shortly. Jason Hayward, first at bat in the series. Takes lone in. Hayward's first day back since he left Wednesday's game against Washington when he was hit on the left thumb by a pitch. X-rays were negative, but he has not played in the last 4 days, saying he was having a problem gripping the bat. There goes Upton for second. Martin's throw down there, and plenty of time to get him.
Amazing. He's able to throw him out right there.
Russell
good stuff.
Martin with a bullet to retire Upton. 1-0 Atlanta. On the board here, but it's very early, just the top of the second inning. Freddie Freeman with a double to the right field corner. He stalled around second, tried to make it a triple, and then this is how the inning ended.
Boy, I tell you what, Russell Martin, that was a big jump that Justin Upton got on Garrett Cole, but Russell Martin makes up for it. I mean, he's out almost in that right-handed batter's box before the ball gets to the plate. In one motion, fires a strike once again.
Well, Braves a run on 2 hits off of Cole. And now Neil Walker will lead off, batting right-handed against Alex Wood. 1-0. Neal is just 1 for his last 19, 0 for his last 11, so he's due to come out of that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pirates hoping they can provide some runs for Garrett tonight. Bucks have not scored a lot of runs lately, but they've still managed to win ball games.
It's amazing. They've scored, what, 6 runs in the last 4 games and won 3 of them.
1-1 is inside. Well, think about it. In the last 4 games, the Pirates have only scored runs in 3 innings and have won 3 of the 4. Two and 1 to Walker. Ooh, inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alex Wood has been pretty effective, especially in the second half for the Atlanta Braves. And he strikes out Neal on a foul tip. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Wood. Manager Clint Hurdle, Pirates Charities and Root Sports have teamed up for Wins for Kids to raise money for the Children's Institute of Pittsburgh. For making a contribution of just $30 or more, fans will receive a specially designed Clint Hurdle autographed baseball. To make a donation at any level, go to pirates.com/wins for kids. Gabby Sanchez making the start at first base tonight against the lefty Wood. Takes a strike. Breaking ball in from Wood. Gabby hitting .235. 6 home runs for Sanchez, 31 batted in. 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pirates are a season best 14 games over 500. They've won 10 of their last 12. They're 14-3 in their last 17. 2-1 to Sanchez. You talk about teams going in different directions. We showed you that graphic a little earlier. Pirates 14-6 in September. The Braves 4-15.
Unfortunately for the Pirates and Pirate fans, as hot as the Pirates have been, the Cardinals just as hot. And I figure we need them to lose maybe 2, 3, 4 in a row this last week.
There's a walk to Sanchez, so 1 out walk puts Gabby at first base. And the amazing thing too about the Cardinals, John, is that they have had a terrible virus strike their clubhouse. As many as 15 players have become ill. Some have missed playing time, with Matt Carpenter and Matt Adams, some of their key offensive players, and yet they've still managed to win even though guys have been playing sick.
Yeah. Hard to catch up ground.
Travis Snyder at the plate with Gabby Sanchez at first. Left on left matchup here. Pitch outside to Travis. 1-0. Snyder's done a good job against lefties, hitting .378. He's 14 out of 37 with a home run against left-handed pitching. Takes a strike. He has started each of the last 6 games in right field. Gabby off of first, and the pitch to Snyder. Ground ball to second. Gosselin goes to Simmons for 1. Back to first. That's a double play. The twin kill ends the top of the second. 1-0 Atlanta.
is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. By Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank. Know where you stand with PNC Total Insight. Let's go Bucks.
1-0 Atlanta. Braves batting in the bottom of the second inning. Travis Snyder hitting into the inning-ending double play. And so Garrett Cole now will face Jason Hayward with a fresh count. Hayward left at the altar when Justin Upton was caught stealing to end the bottom of the first. 1-0 to Hayward. Now it's 2-0. Garrett kind of snapped that ball back in his glove from Russell Martin. And you mentioned it earlier, John, that you would think one of Garrett Cole's goals is to go the distance, but he's already thrown a lot of pitches considering. I mean, relatively speaking, 19 pitches is not a ton at this point, but for him, I think he'd like to cut down that number.
Yeah, obviously the leadoff walk to Bonifacio, which ends up leading to that first run. Good fastball there. I'm sure not happy with that after getting ahead 0-2, then walking Bonifacio. 94 miles per hour up. Outside corner.
2-2, foul back.
After 94, cranks it up to 98. By far the firmest fastball tonight.
Two pitch. Outside. The run that scored in the first inning ended a 23-inning scoreless streak by the Pirates starters. They were hoping to catch the 1997 Bucks, who had a scoreless inning streak by the starters of 24 straight, so just missed it by an inning. Payoff. Foul back. Well, last night, Liriano with 6 shutout innings. Vance Worley had 8 shutout innings on Sunday. And Edinson Volquez 7 shutout innings on Saturday. And Hayward has walked. So the second inning and the second time Cole has walked the leadoff man.
And now that's when Russell Martin says something to Hunter Wendelstedt, because Russell Martin, you'll remember, got called out with 2 runners on in the first on a fastball that was off the plate inside. Well, now this pitch on the plate inside. Cole not getting that pitch, which was a much better pitch than the one Martin got rung up on. And that's what's frustrating as a catcher, especially a catcher like Martin, who is an offensive threat.
Bethancourt shortened up, showed bunt. And you'd have to think there's some sort of politics, though, that go on, because you can't get too vociferous behind the plate. If you're the catcher, it might hurt your pitcher in the umpire's mind.
I would say that the majority of the catchers have pretty good relationships with all the umpires. I'm sure they talk about all sorts of things back there. And some probably have a way of talking them into getting certain pitches.
0-2 to Bethancourt coming up with Hayward off of first. And there's a base hit to center field. And the Braves have brought their bats tonight. This is a team that has struggled terribly offensively. And they now have their 3rd hit off of Garrett Cole.
Yeah, you look, the first 6 batters of the game are 3 for 4 with 2 walks. And that's a pretty good pitch from Cole. Breaking ball. The curveball that was down. Outer half of the plate with a better swing, better execution by the Braves catcher.
Nobody out, first and second. Batter is Chris Johnson, the 3rd baseman. Ball 1 to Johnson. Johnson hitting .262 He has 9 home runs and 56 runs knocked in. Last night went 0 for 4, hit 4 ground balls. Pirates would like one to the infield right now. And there's one right off the glove of Cole. Goes too far away from him to make a play. Safe at first, and the bases are loaded. So a very inexpensive base hit for Johnson. And now the Braves with another threat.
Maybe saving a run. Hard to tell if Jordy Mercer is able to get there. If Jordy Mercer is able to get to that ball, it's probably a double play. Unfortunate after Garrett Cole gets his glove to it, the ball runs that far away from him. And normally that ball would just sit there right at the base of the mound. He picks it up, he gets it out. Bad news, bases loaded, nobody out. Good news, you got a double play candidate here in Simmons, and then the pitcher on deck.
Yeah, Andrelton Simmons leads this club in grounding into double plays. 24 times he's done it. Let's see where Mercer is. Would he have gotten to this ball? Hard to say. One ball, no strikes to Simmons. 1-0 Braves. Bases full. Nobody out. And a ground ball to second. Walker flips to Mercer for 1. Back to first. Double play. That's the 25th grounded into by Simmons. Hayward comes in to score, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
Well, that cleans things up. If you can get this pitcher Alex Wood, then you just give up 1 run. And you'll take that after the bases loaded, no out situation. This is tailor made. Walker to Mercer. As easy as it can get right there.
Get on top of that high pitch too.
That's the weird thing about it. You know, you get a high fastball above the letters and hit it on the ground. Not easy.
It's a tomahawk chop.
Yep.
2 out and the 0-1 coming. And Alex Wood, the pitcher, takes a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wood. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. 3 for 39 on the season. Bethancourt, the catcher, is at third base. Now it's 1-2.
See Wood on the mound. Doesn't look that tall. See him at the plate. You can see tall drink of water, as most pitchers are. 6'4".
Cole's 1-2. It's a lot taller than, from that angle, looked a lot taller than Hunter Wendelstedt, the umpire. 1-2 is blocked by Rush. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Russell Martin does a nice job there, keeping that runner at third.
2-2 delivery. Strike 3 call. Got him. So a run comes in, 2 hits, and 1 man left through 2 full. Braves 2, Bucks nothing.
by 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy helps recognize those who, despite their own needs, put others first. By the Chevy Traverse and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
2-0 Braves on top of the Pirates as we go to the top of the third. Below the net in Johnstown. Non-stop action, heart-pounding, exciting, historic performances. Don't miss the 2014 postseason beginning September 30th. Buccos right now trying to clinch a spot to be in it. Down 2-0 as we start the third inning. Garrett Cole will lead off. Then back to the top of the order, Josh Harrison and Jordy Mercer.
Well, this team no strangers to coming back and winning ball games. They've won their fair share of games after getting behind.
First pitch to Cole. Ball one. And for the Braves, again, they've been run starved. Alex Wood receives a little over 3 runs a game average in run support. So they haven't scored an awful lot of runs for him. And Irvin Santana the other day, Rock made a comment after a game there they were eliminated. And the Mets finished off a sweep. And he said, you know, as pitchers we're doing our part. You could sense the frustration in his quote. He says we just can't score any runs. Had to put it back on the offense. One-two to Garrett. And he strikes out. So one gone for the Pirates in the third. Well, Pirate fans, we want to see how you root for the Bucks. Be our AT&T fan photo of the game. Make sure to show us the most unique ways you raise the Jolly Roger, the fun places you watch the games on Root Sports, or simply display your Pirate pride. Submit a picture via Twitter using the hashtag BucksFanPhoto. Might show one or two, maybe even more on our telecast tonight. So start submitting, please. Josh Harrison bangs a ball right into the glove of Simmons. Oh my, highway robbery. Andrelton Simmons absolutely stole a base hit from Josh Harrison. You gotta be kidding. Wow.
That is one of the best you'll see on a line drive. And look where he is. Look how far he has to go. I mean, it's a base hit all the way, but so quick. The 2 steps, the leap, fully laid out, the face plant. Look at that. Just totally stretched out. Just enough glove. Snow cone.
And it stayed in when it hit the ground. And that's about as good as they get.
Yeah.
Jordy Mercer is 1 for 1. So 2 down quickly in the third for the Pirates. And Josh Harrison 0 for 2. And Mercer, who had a single to right field, has a 1-0 count on it. Now a little tapper back to the mound, and Wood has himself a very easy inning. Andrelton Simmons' glove contributing to the easy inning for the Braves starter.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball.
Pirates down 2 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Plenty of Pirate fans here everywhere you look. Last night you could hear the Let's Go Bucks chants loud and clear, and tonight we expect to hear the same. Josh Harrison robbed of a hit. Should file a police report against Simmons for that play.
That was impressive.
Top of the order, Emilio Bonifacio takes a strike. He walked and was forced out at second base in the 1st inning. Up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrelton Simmons, he's always had a good glove. Bat's been giving him a problem this year, especially the double play. He's already hit into 1 tonight. 25 double plays he's hit into to lead his team. And you wouldn't think a guy who runs as well as he does would get doubled up so often.
Lots of ground balls, lots of at-bats. Not a lot of strikeouts.
Sometimes he can make up for it with his glove work. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Braves. No runs on just 1 hit for the Pirates. Jordy Mercer owns the only Pirate hit. Cole gave up 2 hits in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd. And the leadoff walk in the 2nd inning cost him a run. He walked Hayward. There's the 1-2. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Cole tonight.
Good breaking ball here. The first few he's thrown, he's got too much plate with it. This one starts down the heart, breaks off the plate right where Russell Martin sets up.
A 1 out, and Cole will now face the second baseman, Phil Gosselin. Gosselin reached in a fielder's choice. Tried to bunt Bonifacio over in the 1st inning, but Cole picked it up and gunned it to Mercer, covering at second for the force out. Push this one fouling out a play down the right side, just by the Braves dugout. One ball, 1 strike to Phil Gosselin. One and 2. Cole slowed that pitch down. .97 miles an hour. Might have overthrown that a little.
A little bit.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Gosselin. Ground ball to second. Easy play for Walker. 2 gone. Get on board with Pirates baseball in 2015. The Pirates are now accepting deposits for full and partial season ticket memberships. Get access to exclusive events, the best locations and savings, and customizable memberships, plus 2015 full season deposits. Receive 2014 postseason priority. For more, go to pirates.com/membership. Freddie Freeman takes a strike.
That's a good breaking ball and a good location. Got a lot of break on that curveball today. Just missing there with a changeup.
Freeman doubled into the right field corner, then thrown out trying to stretch it for 3. Did get a run in the 1st.
Yeah, that's probably where he wanted to finish him off in that 1st inning. That breaking ball right there. Threw it with 2 strikes, left it down the middle, ended up in an RBI double. That one breaking off the plate in.
One ball, 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. And now the 1-2. Just a little bit low. Russ liked the location of that, but Hunter Wendelstedt rather called it a ball.
You know, what's amazing is he throws a fastball at 98. You think the hitter's going to be up there cheating. The changeup, he'd be out in front. He didn't even flinch.
Ball off the front of the Pirate dugout. Stan Kiles, the Pirates AA pitching coach, who's with the club here in September, was the closest to being hit if it wasn't for that net in front of him. Freddie Freeman having a little foul ball practice tonight.
Oh, yeah. Makes him a tough out.
Last pitch. Garrett might have got away with that one. Number 7. This is number 8. Lifted into center field. McCutchen there. And a 1-2-3, bottom of the 3rd. Braves gone in order. Pirates down a pair of runs. McCutchen leads off. Rewind to last night. At the top of the 6th, leadoff man was McCutchen. Drove it out. Home run number 24 for Kutch. It was the only run of the ball game, and the Pirates 1-0 victory. It's tonight's T-Mobile game changer. So if McCutchen can come up with something to change this game right now, as the Pirates are down by 2. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Braves. Just 1 hit for the Pirates. McCutchen, Martin, and Marte, 3, 4, and 5 in the Pirates order. Turner Field in Atlanta. In a few years, they'll be having college football games here for Georgia State once the Braves leave and head up to Cobb County, their new stadium. This was the Olympic Stadium in 1996. And McCutchen to right field. That's down for a hit. Leadoff single for Andrew McCutchen. And he is 1 for 1 after his walk in the 1st.
Bullet. They hit it so hard for a minute there, I feared it was going to carry all the way out to the right fielder, Jason Hayward. And that's a good sign when Andrew McCutchen's driving the ball to all fields. Usually when he has those monster stretches, he's hitting the ball out to right, center, left, hitting gaps, triples, driving in runs.
Martin struck out looking last time up. On a pitch that was inside. But called a strike nonetheless. And it's 0-1 to Martin. Alex Wood out of the University of Georgia down the road in Athens. And Martin to right center. And Bonifacio will make a running grab. Russ is 0 for 2. Well, with McCutchen at first base, Rock, the left-hander Wood on the hill. I talked to Josh Harrison about reading this left-hander and when you can break. You got a base stealer like McCutchen out there, and scouting report on Wood, he's about a 1.3 to 1.5 to the plate, but there's no discernible tell. In other words, he doesn't do anything different whether he's throwing to first or throwing to the plate, so he's a difficult guy to read.
Any lefty, times you can throw out the window in terms of how long it gets for him to deliver the ball to his catcher, because by the time you time it, by the time he picks up his foot, and if you go as soon as he picks up his right foot, it's a guessing game. You can't get a read on whether he's throwing over or not, so you got to wait to determine whether he's coming over or going to the plate before you take off. And that right there, Wood much quicker to the plate. Especially when you're down in a game, you can't make it about guessing whether he's going home or not. You got to read. You got to make sure he's going to the plate before you break. And the times, unless you have a great read on his move and you can pick it up early, times are only good for right-handed pitchers.
1 ball and 1 strike to Marte.
Yeah, there's some pitchers, left-handed pitchers, that could be 1-8 to the plate, which takes forever. But it might take him a half a second before he decides whether he's going home or first.
One and 2 now to Starling. Bucks trying to get something going here in the 4th, down 2-0. See where Cincinnati on back-to-back home runs by Todd Frazier and Devin Mesoraco have a 2-0 lead against Milwaukee. What do you suppose is the matter with his foot?
Maybe he fouled that ball off his front toe. I'm not exactly sure. But he's okay. He's taken a bit of a beating this year. With all the hit by pitches.
Yeah, I guess it caught his foot. Well, it's 1 and 2 with McCutchen at first and 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I wanted to mention about Devin Mesoraco. It's his 25th home run, Rock. And he's the first Reds catcher since Johnny Bench in 1977 to have a 25 home run season. Bench had 31 that year.
That's impressive. And that move right there, and I think that helps as a base stealer to see a left-hander throw over to first. The more he throws over to first, the more you're comfortable with his type of move. Typically, most of the time when he goes to the plate, he picks it up and goes straight home. Didn't do it as much that time, actually picked the knee straight up, but a lot of times he slide steps. That right foot comes up and starts straight towards home plate. That time he actually picked the right foot up, brought the knee up a little bit higher.
Full count to Marte. See if Kutch goes here. There he goes, and Marte hits a ground ball through the vacated right side. McCutchen turns, heads to third. First and third and 1 out.
Perfectly placed ground ball, and a lot of times you won't see a manager send the runner on a full count against the lefty because you're not going to open up any holes because you get such a late break. McCutchen with a decent break. For me, the second baseman, Goslin, he takes off too soon. You can shuffle towards second base. If you shuffle towards second base, you're still in a position to make a play. You could stop and maybe make a play on that ball. Goslin, he crosses over and he runs right to the bag, so he leaves that big hole. That ball wasn't hit all that hard. That's a nice break for Marte and the Pirates. A great scoring opportunity here. And that's a learning experience for Goslin. He's not that far off the bag. You take a few shuffles, you're still in control to make a play on the grounder.
Neil Walker lifts this one foul to the right side, and that'll be in the seats. Strike 1 to Neil. So Neil with an RBI opportunity, man at third base, and 1 out. And with the speed of Marte, down 2-0. You take a chance with him trying to get the second and get two men in scoring position for Walker.
Again, you have to be smart. You have to have a great read on this pitcher. You cannot make it a guessing game. It's a situation where you have to get a good jump and you have to be certain that you can beat the throw to second base.
And Neal shoots this one again to the right side, out of play.
And my basic answer is he's pretty quick to the plate. I don't risk running Marte. Not with one out when a sacrifice fly can get you a run.
Alex Wood gets ahead of Walker. McCutchen at third base. One out. And Neal goes down swinging. Second time Walker has struck out.
Well, Neal's been struggling from the left side, not able to make contact his first two at bats from the right side here tonight. Helps a bit, chases that pitch off the plate in, and now we're going to hope for Gabby Sanchez to come through here with a 2-out knock to bring home Andrew.
Yeah, Neal is 0 for his last 13. He is struggling lately. 1 for his last 21. It just means he's closer to getting hot again. Marte off of first. The pitch to Gabby. Strike one call.
And one thing you'll find against pitchers with ERAs as good as Alex Woods, came in with a 2.78 ERA. Now it's down to 2.72. They are good in these situations, scoring position situations. The league only hits 2.29 against them with runners on second and third, and then you got scoring position 2 outs. They hit just 164.
Throw to first base, Marte back, and as the throw went to first, McCutchen got a big lead off of third base with Johnson playing behind the bag. Just in case that ball was in the dirt, got away from Freeman. Gabby pulls it foul. And Wood gets ahead of him, 0-2.
Unless you're a guy that gives up a ton of home runs, that basically defines the ERA for each and every pitcher after a long year. How do they do in the critical situations? Can they make the big pitches when they have to?
Slap foul to the right side, makes the second deck. And Neal Walker obviously not too pleased with the offense in the last few games, but we have seen him come up with some huge hits for the Pirates, and they'll start coming again.
He loves to hit with runners in scoring position.
And Gabby nubs one foul, just foul, to the right side of the line on top of the left-hand batter's box.
A lot of spin on this ball off the very end of the bat. As he starts out in fair territory. Bethancourt gets to it quickly. It was still in the batter's box when he grabbed it, but ruled foul.
Marte goes to second base, and he's going to be in, and so is McCutchen. 2-1. Marte was giving himself up. The Pirates are trying to steal a run there. Put Marte in a rundown so that McCutchen could score, but it worked out better. Now the tying run in scoring position.
Well, the Pirates tried this the other day. It didn't work with Jose Tabet at the plate. A 1-0 loss to the Brewers. They try it again here. A little bit of a delayed steal from Marte, and Bethancourt, they say that he has a cannon of an arm, but some accuracy issues. Clint Hurdle and the Pirates taking advantage of that inexperience behind the plate. Cuts the lead in half.
Coach reading the play the whole way. Now turns on the Jets and ends up scoring standing up. It'll be a stolen base for Marte. And an error charge to Bethancourt, the catcher.
That's on a double steal. That's the way you steal home. You steal home after the catcher throws it. Who cares if he throws it in the dirt? That should be a stolen base for Andrew McCutchen.
Gabby pulls it foul.
I've never seen that called an error before. I mean, it's different if he breaks after the ball's in the dirt and it skips away, but he breaks as Bethancourt's throwing it to second, and that's a stolen base.
Gabby a chance to get Marte around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Alex Wood to the belt, the pitch. Strike 3 call. Sanchez goes down looking. The Pirates swipe a run. It's now 2-1. Baseball. Rick Sofield works with players and the crowd with some fun pregame antics. The team makes a visit to Banksville Elementary on Clemente Day and much more. It's Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network tomorrow after postgame on Root Sports. Along with John Wayner, I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Smikowski with us as well. And Bethancourt is explaining his case about the play. And the official score determined that McCutchen was not breaking for home until the throw was mishandled.
That's a lie.
And so an error charge to Bethancourt instead of a stolen base. First ball swinging is Upton. And a can of corn for Kutch. 1 out.
Here's video evidence. We'll give the official score video evidence. We'll see when McCutchen breaks. He's had at least 2 steps, maybe 3, before that ball was mishandled. I wonder if they look at video, official scores. Assume that they would want to get it right.
They do sometimes. Jason Hayward will take a strike. I know we had a play in Chicago. I'm trying to remember what it was, but the official score came in one of the booths, took a look. Hayward fouls this one off for strike 2. Sometimes they will watch the video monitors that are available near them. So it's 0-2 to Hayward. Takes inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A lot of movement in this swing. Hayward, for a big man, he's pretty short and quick with the swing, but the hands start a little bit away from his body. He'll pull him back, get him a little closer to his body. He shortened that swing since his rookie year, a little more length. He wasn't able to get to the fastball as well as he's been able to in recent years.
In the air left. Right there, Marte. 2 down. So the Pirates get a run, and Cole comes back, gets 2 quick outs. Let's look at the swing.
Gets him back, keeps it short, keeps them hands close to his body. There was a time where the lower half didn't always get through. The swing was a little bit longer. You could just pound him in. He was unable to get to it.
Christian Bethancourt swings and fouls off of the home plate umpire, Hunter Wendelstedt. Needs to jog it off. Hand-delivered baseball to the pitcher.
He's fine. I think it maybe jarred him a bit. Oh, that got the foot. I thought it got the shin guard. But the steel-toed shoe of Hunter Wendelstedt protecting those toes.
There's a little flap that comes down from the shin guard that covers the top part of the shoe, as you can see. But then there's nothing on the toe other than the steel toe. Nothing in 2 to Bethancourt. Had a base hit to center field in the 2nd inning. This one in the air to right. So the Braves go to all parts of the forest in this inning. And they go down in order for the 2nd straight inning. 2-1 Braves, heading to the 5th.
Tonight, there's a chance to clinch. I asked the head equipment manager for the Pirates, Scott Bonner, on what the clubhouse preparations are like here at Turner Field.
Well, the good news is that John Holland, the guy from Atlanta, this is might be his 11th time to do it here, so he's kind of prepared. They got hooks up on the lockers, and we've got the plastic cut. The champagne's ordered, the goggles ordered, so just sit back and wait and see what happens today.
Well, there's obviously good news and bad news to that. The good news is it is 2-0 Cincinnati in the top of the 5th inning at the Great American Ballpark. But the Buccos, Tim and John, have to do their part here. Need a comeback to start the 5th.
Well, they've cut it in half anyway at this point in time. Ray Searage still smiling, so no reason to panic yet.
I don't like the fact that they ordered goggles.
You don't like that?
That's part of the tradition. You get sprayed, burns your eyes. Goggles.
Well, they were a very popular item last year.
Yeah, everybody's using goggles.
Snyder hits one well to right field. Back goes Hayward to the track, to the wall, and it's gone. A home run. Travis Snyder ties the game. It's 2-2. A solo shot to lead off the 5th.
Ambushed him. Travis Snyder was cheating, looking for that fastball. He got everything going early. Didn't get all of it. Got just enough.
That's the 4th home run for Travis Snider on the first pitch this season.
And I think he was looking for the ball in there. Wasn't supposed to be in there. And that was a pitch that Travis Snider had trouble with in the first half of the season. But watch the hips clear early. He gets them through early. The bat follows.
So 4 of his 12 homers were very quickly hit. Smiles for the lunchbox hero. And a ground ball to third. Johnson will straighten up, fires on to first, and digging it out is Garrett Cole, but he is out. One gone. I like the fact that Garrett runs hard. A lot of pitchers will just give it the token jog down the first baseline on a ground ball like that, but Garrett runs it out.
I think all pitchers should run it out. I don't get that, the whole jogging down the first thing. And I'm sure they're told to jog down half the time. Garrett, I don't know if he'll get scolded by Ray Searage. Why are you running so hard? Just kidding, of course.
One out, and Jay Hay takes ball 1. Josh robbed of a hit last time up by Andrelton Simmons. He hit a rocket toward left center field, and Simmons laid out for it as far as he possibly could. The ball went into the end of his webbing. Snow cone the catch for an out. And this time he goes to right field. Hayward drifting back, still going back, and right in front of the track makes the catch.
Man. And it looks like a routine play out there for the right fielder Hayward, but for Josh Harrison, he's saying, I got robbed twice. Wrong ballpark to drive a ball deep to right center field. A lot of room out there, and Hayward really respecting the power of Josh Harrison, playing him relatively deep. That ball hit just short of the track, probably some 380 away. That's at least up off the wall at PNC Park. And where we'll be this weekend, that ball's a handful of rows deep in Cincinnati.
That's right. Jordy Mercer has a hit tonight. 1 for 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So Travis Snider has hit the equalizer. 2-2 the score. And there were probably some collective groans in the city of Milwaukee when that happened.
Yeah. Probably more so, more groans, I would think, in St. Louis and San Francisco.
That's true.
I'm thinking if you're from Milwaukee or with that Milwaukee ball club, it's hard to hang on to much hope at this point in time.
San Francisco still with hopes on the division. They won in 13 innings last night over the Dodgers. 3 balls and 2 strikes. They'll play again tonight. Giants have won the majority of the games in that series with the Dodgers this year. 3-2 popped up. Shallow right center. Goslin will make the catch. And the inning is over. But Travis Snider hits a long ball, his 12th of the year. And we're even at 2. Travis Snyder's home run ties the game at 2, just clearing the wall in right field. So a new ball game now. 2 runs each, 4 hits each. And the third baseman, Chris Johnson, will face Garrett Cole here in the 5th. Cole has retired the side in order the last 2 straight innings. He got in a bit of trouble in the second after a leadoff walk. Gave up hits to Bethancourt and Johnson, and then got Simmons to hit it into a double play. And there's a strike. Foul ball pulled down the third base side, then struck out the pitcher Alex Wood. So Cole's on a little bit of a run, putting a string of outs together. 1-2 to the third baseman for Atlanta is outside. Johnson came over with Justin Upton from Arizona when they made that big deal. And the Braves reunited the Upton brothers. B.J. Upton from Tampa Bay. And B.J. Upton not in the lineup tonight. His batting average around the Mendoza line. That's a guy who's played a full season.
Yep, not a good acquisition there, B.J. Upton. That's Chris Johnson, so-so year.
Johnson down on strikes, and there's one away for the Braves in the bottom of the 5th. Check the bottom of your screen. You'll see some tweets rolling across about the home run for Travis Snyder. His nickname is Lunchbox. Pitch to Andrelton Simmons, in for a strike. Simmons 0 for 1, again grounding into a double play in the second. Down here in the 5th, and he chases one way outside for strike 2. Well, it's nice to see Cole settling in after this ball game is tied and starting to string outs together.
Now, he's given up a couple base hits on that curveball, but I mean it's breaking a bunch. He's got a good curveball working.
And a bouncer toward third. That is foul ball. Count will stay 0-2.
He's thrown his fair share of curveballs. Another chance for a quick inning here was he got the pitcher Wood on deck. He's got the strikeout of Johnson way ahead of Simmons. See if he can retire this lineup second time through an order.
The Reds and Brewers are on the same pace right now. They're also in the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Cincinnati. We'll check on what St. Louis and Chicago are doing momentarily. Pitch is low to Simmons. Pirates 2.5 back in the division race. One ball, 2 strikes to Simmons. This one's in the air to short left field. On the run, Marte. There are 2 down. Let's go back to Stan Savran in our Root Sports studios. He's got a game break. Well, the Cubbies playing their arch nemesis, the Cardinals. Tough tonight.
Yeah, they seem to always play the Cards tough.
One pitch to Alex Wood is high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, they have been a bit of rivals in the Midwest. Cubs, Cardinals. Good rivalry. And of course out west, the Giants and Dodgers. That rivalry began in New York. And when they both moved out west, in the 50s, late 50s. It continues, even though it's a little bit of a commute up the coast. Let's check out Garrett Cole, see if you notice anything, Ron.
Russell Martin went out to talk to him. Something with that right hand, maybe a blister.
Checks it out again. 1-1 pitch to Wood. Just below the knees.
You know, if the score holds in Chicago, the Pirates pick up a win here. The Bucks move to a game and a half behind the Cardinals. That Thursday game will be huge. You know, regardless of what happens tomorrow, that Thursday game, the Cardinals are off. So that half-game swing.
You just saw the blood on the pants of Garrett Cole, and he strikes out Alex Wood looking. 3 straight innings. Cole has retired the side in order.
On Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Well, Garrett Cole apparently has a cut of some sort on the top of his right thumb. And you can see it. And that's why the blood spattering on the right side of his pants continues to wipe the blood off of there. But it's on the upper part and not underneath where he gripped the ball.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird place. So I wonder how that had happened. But the good news is that shouldn't affect the way he throws. I mean, sure, he's a little irritated, but yeah, you're not using your top part of your thumb for anything.
Andrew McCutchen will lead off. He takes the ball. He led off in the 4th with a base hit. Ended up scoring the first Pirates run. Continues to squeeze some blood out of there. 2 balls, no strikes to Kutch. Average at .311. Pops this one foul and out of play. And he is still, believe it or not, in the batting race.
Yeah.
He is 3rd starting the night behind Josh Harrison. I mean, he'd have to get red hot to overtake both Harrison and Morneau, but it certainly is possible.
Yeah, running out of games.
You'd have to get super hot, but he's had strings like that. Count is even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Amazing is Russell Martin would be in the top 10 in hitting as well if he qualified. But I don't think he'll get enough at bats to qualify.
Pirates tying this game on a home run by Travis Snyder last inning. First pitch home run. Pirates have hit 31 home runs on the first pitch this year as a team. 2-2. Count is full. That's fourth most in the National League. The Brewers have 36. The Cubs and Rockies each have 34 first pitch homers. Payoff pitch coming to McCutchen. Belts this one to left field. That one is going to drop in fair. That's a hit for Koch. He's around first, heading for second, and he is in with a leadoff double. The Pirates have the go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out.
Nicely placed. Andrew McCutchen may have broke his bat on this one as Wood, as he's done most of the night on 3-ball counts, throws the changeup. So Andrew out in front hits it off the end of the bat, which helps keep it straight. You hit it off the barrel, it's a good chance it hooks foul, but that ball ends up staying straight down the line in fair territory by a good 6-8 feet. And Andrew, that good speed, easily into second.
Double number 37, and Kutch is 2 for 2. And here is Martin. 0 for 2 tonight. He's hitting 13 straight. Stretch by Wood. Now he looks at second in the pitch. Strike one call. Milwaukee is on the board in Cincinnati. It's 2-1 Reds. We'll check in on how they got that run here shortly. Stan Savran standing by to tell you. Nobody out. McCutchen at second base. 2-2 ball game in the top of the 6th. I heard Robbie's report earlier with Scott Bonnet, the equipment manager, talking about the things that are prepared tonight just in case the Pirates clinch. One. And Martin, a line drive to Simmons, and Gosselin couldn't get back to the bag in time to get the force out. Let's go back to Stan in Pittsburgh with this game break. All right, thank you very much, Stan. So that ball game right now, about a half inning in front of this one. So they may finish ahead of us.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Pitch to Marte. He yanks this one foul. Still 2-0 Cubs over St. Louis at Wrigley Field. They're in the top of the 3rd. Wellington Castillo has hit a home run for Chicago. Final week of the season, and since they put that second wild card in, Rock, the last week of the season has been more exciting than ever.
I'd say. I think it was a great idea, adding a second wild card and having the 1-game playoff, so you certainly handicap the wild card teams and make that division winner, give them an advantage, which they didn't have once they first added the wild card. I don't think there was any handicap for the wild card really, other than home field advantage. But there was a lot of wild card teams that kind of just got right into divisional play and out going through the World Series, winning it.
More markets are interested in what's happening in the final week of the season. More teams have an opportunity to be in it.
Yep.
0-2 pitch. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And as you go into this weekend, and if the Pirates can narrow that gap between the Cardinals, and say it's a 1-game, or if it comes down to Saturday or Sunday in Cincinnati, the Cardinals, they can't rest anybody. They got to go with their same rotation. And
Marte
Nice.
loops one into left center field. That's a base hit. Here comes McCutchen around third to score. The Pirates have the lead, and into second base safely is Marte. 3-2 Buccos.
Trade places. Starling Marte continues to swing the bat extremely well. Goes down and gets a pretty decent pitch from Wood. Slaps it into left center. See the pitch at breaking ball. Look where it is, just above the dirt. Goes down, he gets it, and running hard all the way. Both Bonifacio and Upton playing fairly deep in left and center. McCutchen's going to score easily, and Marte's going to get a double easily.
A pitching wedge double for Starling Marte.
No hesitation. That's aggressive base running. It's only a double because right out of the box, going hard.
Well, McCutchen has scored 2 of the 3 Pirate runs tonight. And Marte is now 2 for 3. Double number 27 and his 54th RBI. Ball game is turned now in favor of the Pirates. 3-2. Alex Wood checks the runner, now comes home, and Walker takes outside. Neal's due, he knows it. He has struck out twice tonight, average down to 271. Those hits will come back for Neal. The pitch. 3-0. You know, you talk about the excitement of the last week. Teams clinching. You might want to have a chilled beverage maybe ready for later, possibly. Wouldn't hurt. Join the Pirates, what they may do here tonight.
Yeah.
This one's fouled off, and it's 3-1. Neal going after the 3-0 pitch. Now Garrett Cole gets to pitch with a lead for the first time tonight. Three and 1 to Walker. And he pops it up. It is drifting toward the dugout. Freeman reaching over the railing and pulling it back. And immediately tosses it to third base to keep Marte at second. And Walker's 0 for 3.
And when you're struggling, it seems like those kind of plays happen to you. You know, it's a foot further foul. Freeman doesn't have a play on it. But Freeman does a good job of getting over there. A couple looks. He knows where the railing is. Reaches over.
Basically throws it from inside the dugout. You know, you're getting those strings rocked. What's that feel like? You're looking for your next hit.
It's the worst. It's almost like you expect it to be caught. You know, it's like if you're swinging the bat well, it's probably hitting the dugout roof or something. It just gets out of the reach of the player trying to make a catch. And when you're going bad, it just seems like you hit the ball hard. It's at somebody.
1 ball, no strikes. And Gabby looks at 1 low, 2-0.
Especially for Neal. I'm sure Neal is always a great team player. He cares about wins and losses, but you know, he's had a lot of opportunities here recently to drive in runs, and that's what he likes to do best, and he has not been able to do it here recently.
Gabby in the air to right field, but right to Hayward. Jason Hayward will make the catch, and the Pirates are done in the 6th. 1 run on a pair of doubles, and the Pirates in the lead. Health Network Supermo with some of the images that tell the story so far tonight. A run in 3 straight innings for the Pirates. Doubles for McCutchen and Marte. It's now 3-2 Pittsburgh. So we go to the bottom of inning number 6. Top of the order up against Cole. Cole has retired 11 straight batters. There have been 12 straight outs going back to the double play Simmons hit into in the 2nd inning. 0-1 to Bonifacio. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bonifacio began the year with the Cubs. We all remember what he did in the opening series at PNC Park while with the Cubs. Couldn't get him out. He tries to slap that one and slaps it foul for strike 2. But as the season started to go along in May and June, things evened out for Bonifacio. So his average went from the 800s down to the mid-2s.
Yep.
Cole's 1-2. Just missed, apparently. Two ball, 2 strike pitch now. Struck him out for the 2nd time. And Cole is on a roll.
Just the big old country fastball. And Bonifacio missed that by a mile. That pitch never in the strike zone. About 6 inches off the plate. And I think Bonifacio thought that Cole was going to come back inside. Never did get in there. Stayed away, but blew it by him.
Bonifacio 0 for 2. Now Phil Gosselin is also 0 for 2, but he scored a run. Oh, 1 pitch. This one is in the dirt. Dan Uggla started the year as the 2nd baseman here. He was let go and then ended up with San Francisco. He's not with the Giants anymore, but the Braves deciding to go young at that position. This one fought off foul. And it was a tough situation for the Braves because they spent a lot of money on Uggla and it just didn't work out. So they had to eat a lot of money on the Uggla deal. 1-2, a chopper towards short. Mercer's there. 2 out. The most popular way to follow the Pirates' push to the postseason is with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV, game of the day, and more. Get At Bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com. Freddie Freeman grounds one to Gabby Sanchez. Gabby thought it was a fair ball, but first base umpire Manny Gonzalez did not.
1 pitch out with Freeman up there would have been nice. A guy that always works the count. Such a tough out. Well, that must have taken a wicked kick to the right. That ball is a good 4 inches fair, just about 10 feet in front of the bag.
Freeman, a swing and a miss. Pretty nice looking pitch there by Cole. That one in the dirt. So he had a real nice looking one, then a not so nice looking one. And it's 1-2.
See if he can finish him off. Going with the breaking ball.
I heard the grunt of Russell Martin. He's trying to block that ball.
Super Russ. It's amazing to me that these catchers that continually do it. Just down and up, blocking.
Did he go? No. Third base umpire Mike Estabrook says nope, and that's ball 3, 3-2.
Kept it back.
There is the payoff pitch. And that is strike 3. 14 in a row set down for Garrett Cole. He's retired the side in order in 4 straight innings. Travis Snyder to lead off. Fan photos, hashtag Bucks fan photo if you want to get them to us. Ava Barba from Luxembourg raising the Jolly Roger. How about that? That's a long distance hoisting of the colors. And this is in Las Vegas. Looks like that's perhaps at the top of the Stratosphere Tower. Thanks to Carol for that. 3-2 Pirates. We start the 7th. And Travis Snyder leads off, taking ball 1 low and away. Travis hits a ground ball to Gosselin at second base, and there's 1 out. Travis is now 1 for 3. Well, Garrett Cole coming to the plate. How about the job he's done? He's registered 15 straight outs, retiring 14 straight batters.
Pretty amazing, especially when you consider of the first 7 men he faced, 6 of them reached safely via a walk or a base hit, but since then nothing. He's been efficient since that 2nd inning. Going to go out for the 7th and try to start a rally here in the top half.
A question about Cole too, John. Will this be his last regular season start?
Yeah,
that's a question. We don't know the answer. There's different scenarios depending on what happens, depending on if the Pirates do indeed clinch tonight. What will they do to work with the rotation to pick a first game starter? And again, they're not eliminated from the division at this point in time. Could even pick up some ground on the Cardinals in the division tonight. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't his last regular season start. One out, nobody on. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Garrett. And he reaches for that one and pops it to right. Hayward makes the catch. And let's go back to Pittsburgh. Stan Savran has another game break for you. Ryan Braun hitting into another key double play. That happened in the Pittsburgh series too.
I figure Cueto has to be going into the 8th inning against the bottom of that Brewer lineup. And if he can get them through the 8th, then you feel pretty good about Cincy's chances of finishing that off with Chapman.
Harrison is 0 for 3 tonight. He has a 10-game hitting streak, and Josh finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Alex Wood has turned in the Braves' 109th quality start. Going 6 innings and giving up 3 earned runs or fewer. Now pitching in the 7th. And action in the Braves bullpen. As David Carpenter from Morgantown, West Virginia, starts to loosen up. And Harrison to the gap. And that ball is going to be down, and Josh has himself a hit. 1 for 4 for Harrison, and an 11-game hitting streak for Jay Hay.
You know he was going to throw one in there at some point in time. Again, he's hit a couple balls hard, had nothing to show for it. This one, a fastball up, a little out in front. Looked like he was a little off the end of the bat, perhaps, but still in that gap. Thought for a moment it might get to the wall, but up and over. Keeps him to a single.
So Jay Hay chases the Braves starter, Alex Wood. Freddie Gonzalez comes to get him. David Carpenter coming on when we return. And unbreakable confidence have helped him burst onto the national scene this year. Here are exclusive interviews from his family, teammates, and more as you follow his rise from bench player to National League All-Star and everyday third baseman on a special Inside Pirates Baseball. Jay Hay every day tonight after postgame on Root Sports. And what we're hoping is a long and exciting postgame show.
Yeah.
One dripping with champagne, perhaps.
Looking pretty good so far.
So here is Morgantown, West Virginia's David Carpenter. He's out of WVU, former catcher turned pitcher. 63rd appearance for Carpenter, and he'll face Jordy Mercer with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Go to first, and Jay Hay gets back. Now a different story if you're going to think about running Josh Harrison here. You got a right-hander on the hill as opposed to the lefty Alex Wood.
Yeah, with 2 outs. Try to get into scoring position if you get a good jump.
Strike call. Now, first base coach Rick Sofield was showing Josh some video today on Wood. He shows him video of the pitcher's moves to first. And the guys go over that so they can be prepared when they get on. Watch out. Jordy slashes a rocket into the seats. And it's 0-2 to Mercer. Jordy's batting average now at .259. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Harrison keeps his hitting streak alive. His longest hitting streak of the year, 13 games. He's now at 11. 0-2 to Jordy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Rock, it had been a long time, as we all know. The story's well chronicled. Pirates for 2 decades not sniffing the postseason, and then a generation of youngsters saying, well, we've never seen it in our lifetime. Well, very close to seeing the Pirates go to the postseason in back-to-back years.
Yeah, and you expect it to continue.
Mercer down on strikes. It is stretch time here in Atlanta, middle of the 7th. Pirates 3, Braves 2. Activated Anibal Sanchez off the disabled list, and the right-hander available to pitch out of the bullpen for the Tigers, who come into tonight's game with a 1-game lead over the Royals in the American League Central. They're currently leading the White Sox 1-0 midway through the 7th, while the Royals are ahead of Cleveland 5-0 in the top of the 7th. Sanchez had missed a month and a half with a strained pectoral muscle. Keep calm in that. Keep calm. 3-2. David Carpenter came in, struck out Mercer. Carpenter, born in Morgantown and hometown Fairmont. Now Polanco, as he has been doing recently, coming out as a defensive replacement late in the ball game. He'll be in right field. And Garrett Cole has retired 14 straight batters. He'll face Justin Upton, Jason Hayward, Christian Bethancourt. First pitch inside. 96 pitches for Cole. Upton is 1 for 2. He had a single in the first inning and was caught stealing to win the inning.
Big part of the order. Obviously lots of power here with Upton, Hayward.
Cole's 2-0 to Upton. In for a strike, breaking ball.
That's been his pitch tonight. It's showing a lot of confidence. Threw it 1-0, just missed low. Able to throw it here 2-0. Perfect location to get strike 1.
2-ball, 1-strike pitch. 2-2. Jared Hughes now throwing for the Pirates. Jarrett had a very solid inning last night at 1-2-3. 2-2 fouled back. Garrett Cole in the month of September through 9 career starts coming into tonight 7-1. September has been his month so far. You are defined by what you do in September and October.
Oh yeah.
So far he's got a pretty good definition. Think about last year in Game 5 of the divisional series. He was called upon to replace A.J. Burnett, who had struggled against St. Louis. A rookie called upon to pitch in the Pirates' most important game in 2 decades. 3-2. Fouled straight back.
You think of all the big pitchers, September and through the playoffs in October. Hard not to think about these Atlanta Braves in terms of postseason play. And a couple of great pitchers they had here. Glavine, Maddox, Hall of Famers, weren't quite great October pitchers. And you see all the banners out there, but just that '95 World Championship.
3-2. Got him swinging. Another punch out for Cole.
Just turning it up a notch. You don't think he feels it? You don't think he sees the finish line? Just blows it by him at 96. He has struck out 5 of the last 7 batters he's faced.
Seven strikeouts now. And he starts Hayward with a strike. Hayward walked and scored in the 2nd inning and then flied to Marte to left field in the 4th. 271 average for Hayward. And he lines this one fouling out of play. Doesn't seem to be showing any ill effects from the thumb injury he suffered 5 days ago against the Nationals. Speaking of the Nationals, they lead the Mets 4-2 in the 7th. 2-0 Marlins over the Phillies. And still Cincinnati 2, Milwaukee 1 in the 8th. Ground ball right to Mercer. 2 gone.
Easy breezy.
Jordy, a good job defensively. 2 men out. Cole now already waiting for the batter Bethancourt to get in the batter's box. When you're going well and you put a string of outs together like he has done, it seems like you can't wait to throw that next pitch.
Yeah. Keep pounding that strike zone.
Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. As Cole has continued to throw a bunch of those tonight. 107 pitches for Garrett. The 0-1 to Bethancourt. Strike 2.
Yeah, he's up there with 2 outs, down a run, thinking one thing, tying it up. Guessing fastball, starting it early, letting it go and not getting anything close to the strike zone to hit. And now going to try to freeze him with a fastball away. Show him the heat. Go back to the breaking ball maybe.
Tried to get a chase there. A fastball at 97. Down and away. Season high in pitches for Garrett is 112 back in May against the Nationals.
Keep it away.
Curveball called. Strike 3. Throws him. 8 strikeouts for Cole. He has retired 17 straight batters. innings in the Mansfield area. Thanks for watching and rooting on your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports and the Pirates appreciate your support. Let's go Bucks. Quest for October continues here in Atlanta. Garrett Cole getting some hugs. How about that? He retires the last 17 batters he faces. Starting with Andrelton Simmons hitting into a double play in the bottom of the second. Everybody else went in order right after that.
Pretty amazing. Pretty dominating, really.
7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 111 pitches for Garrett Cole. He came dressed for success tonight. Some good headwear,
I'd say. Good uni.
A lot of good unis around here. Plenty of black and gold. That is what we've noticed. We noticed it last night. It's incredible. Well, here is Andrew McCutchen facing Carpenter. And that is in for a strike. McCutchen's 2 for 2. Average up to 313. He continues to creep up on the leaders, Harrison and Morneau. Some insurance would be nice here in the 8th. Pirates took the lead in the 6th. They scored single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. Travis Snyder with a home run to tie it in the 5th. And it's 2-1 now to McCutchen. Starling Marte with one of 2 doubles in the 6th inning. His double drove in the go-ahead run. That was McCutchen who led the inning off with a 2-base hit. And Garrett Cole, stellar, another quality start. That is 6 over his last 7 starts. Pirates hoping to get Cole his 4th straight win and to raise his September record to 8-1. That's up high. And the count is full, 3-2.
Well, you have to think that Andrew will get a fastball here. Good fastball hitter. Good fastballs thrown by Carpenter, getting it up there 95, 96 as Martin waits, hopes to have Andrew aboard.
And McCutchen is aboard for the 4th time tonight. The 2nd time he has walked. Send you back to Pittsburgh right now. Stan has a game break for you. Well, the mighty Caesar ruling over the Cardinals at this point.
Keep batting on, Chicago.
McCutchen aboard, nobody out. Russell Martin at the plate. Pitch is something in. Russ is 0 for 3, sitting on a 13-game hitting streak. Russ had both game-winning RBIs in the series against Milwaukee when the Pirates took 2 of 3. Throw to first, and Kutch dives back. Right now, the Pirates 2.5 behind the Cardinals. If they were to lose tonight, the Pirates were to win, the difference would be 1.5 games. And the Pirates right now tied with the Giants. Giants play the Dodgers later. It is in Los Angeles. Giants took the opener last night in extra innings. Giants still have 2 more with the Dodgers, and then they've got a weekend series in San Francisco against the Padres, who just swept them in San Diego. Yeah. 2 balls and a strike to Russell Martin. This team has such great respect for Russ. Earlier today, he did an interview on national television out on the field, and inside the clubhouse, they had it on all the televisions, and everybody stopped what they were doing. Of course, Russ is out on the field. Everybody stopped in their tracks, me included, and watched and listened to Russ Martin.
Tell you what, a phenomenal season. It would be nice to see the Pirates find a way to keep Russell Martin beyond this year. First things first, obviously, you hope that he continues to play well here this last week and into the postseason. Hopefully a deep postseason for Russell Martin and these Pirates. But a phenomenal season, offensively and defensively. A lot of these guys probably teammates. I don't know if the teammates vote for a team MVP, but I'm sure Russell Martin would get a bunch of votes as well as Josh Harrison and Andrew McCutchen.
Cut you off of first, 2-ball, 2-strike count to Martin, nobody out. Pirates half of the 8th inning. And Martin fouls it back just off to our right.
Just below Bob and Greg, I bet.
It might have made the radio booth. Good night to be on TV, huh?
Yeah.
You can see the score now. It's 3-1 Reds. The Cincinnati's have added another run. They're in the bottom of the 8th there. Time's running out of Milwaukee. 2-2. And Martin, a ground ball to short. Simmons flips to Gosselin for one. Back to first. Safe at first is Martin. Let's go back to Stan Savran in Pittsburgh for another game break. Thank you, Stan. And McCutchen talking to Neil Walker there. But, yep, I would say, folks, maybe call some friends, have them tune in. It's getting close to that time again. The time you hadn't seen in a while. Saw it last year on this very date. Pirates 1 year ago tonight in Chicago against the Cubs clinched their postseason berth. And they're getting closer and closer to having it happen in back-to-back years.
And you figure if things end up the way we hope, that celebration in the clubhouse, I'm sure they'll have that other game on as well, keeping an eye on it, is the Pirates could just be 1.5 games back if the scores hold.
They're now on the top of the 9th inning. In Cincinnati, Aroldis Chapman coming out to pitch against the Brewers. Marte a swing and a miss. Marte is 2 for 3. Singled and stole a base in the 4th. Doubled in a run in the 6th. Oh, 1. Carpenter's pitch to Marte. That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball out of the right hand of Carpenter. I talked to him when he was with the Astros briefly. I spent some time with him and asked him about the transition he made from catcher to pitcher. And it was in the minor leagues, and he told me that it wasn't easy at first, but he said he was throwing from behind the plate anyway. He said it was a little odd throwing in the other direction for a change and throwing on a slope.
I bet.
But he has gotten used to it and has become a very effective reliever. Bethancourt had thoughts of a back pick on Martin, but he got back in plenty of time, and Bethancourt never had a chance to make the throw. He lost the handle on the baseball.
Big arm, Bethancourt wants to show it off.
Here comes the 2-1. Marte fouls it off. Breaking ball. And that one's up into the seats. Could be a memorable night, a monumental night for the Pirates. (3-1). And watch that 9. At some point, that's going to turn to the letter F, meaning a final score, which would immediately change the Pirates' magic number to 1. 3-2 to Marte. And if the Pirates finish this game off with a victory, the magic number would go to 0, and they would clinch. They would be guaranteed a spot in the postseason. Walker on deck, 1 out, full count. And Martin at first base. Russ takes off. Marte swings, and he hits it well to center field. Going back, Bonifacio, backpedaling on the warning track, makes the catch. Martin quickly back to first base. Marte gave it a ride, but the ballpark held it.
A little breeze blowing in. I'm not sure if that had an effect or not. Marte was looking up at the replay and the big video board here.
So Martin at first, and Neil Walker gets to turn around a bat left-handed for the first time tonight. A couple of guys grew up watching the Pirates. Walker from Pittsburgh and Carpenter from Fairmont, West Virginia. The pitch, and Neil takes a strike.
The most famous person from Fairmont, West Virginia is?
Who is that?
Mary Lou Retton.
Is that right? The
Or
things I
maybe
learned sitting next to
in
you.
Alabama, they may say Nick Saban. But Mary Lou Retton, pretty big name.
Olympic gymnast. 0-1. They want to check, and they'll ring up a strike on Walker. Third base umpire Mike Estabrook with the call, and it's 0-2. Let's take a look at the side swing.
We talked about this earlier too, about, you know, when you're struggling, you're a bit of a slump, everything goes against you. Neil Walker didn't think he went. It's pretty close.
Here's the 0-2. And Neil strikes out. Third time tonight. Neil's 0 for 4. Go to the bottom of the 8th in Atlanta. Jared Hughes coming on to pitch. Pirates up 3-2.
Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Here's a look at the road ahead for the Pirates, brought to you by Nissan. 2 games left in this 4-game series. Tomorrow, Jeff Locke starts for the Bucks against the team that drafted him. For the Braves, it'll be Julio Teheran, who has a great ERA at 2.88, but he is 13-13 on the season. Then Thursday, Edinson Volquez will start for the Pirates. He will face David Hale. Mike Minor was supposed to start, but left the rotation his last start with shoulder discomfort, so Hale will go instead on Thursday. Johnson, a ground ball, backhanded play by Mercer, throw to first. Wow. Got him! Oh, what a play by Jordy! Incredible defensive work.
And listen to the Pirate fans here at Turner Field. The Braves fans are used to seeing this from Simmons. Jordy Mercer, look how deep he is in left field. Off balance throw, the one hop right on target. Johnson out by a step.
Jared Hughes, a little tip of the cap to his shortstop, and he's got 1 out. Pitch to Simmons. Ground ball to the right side that was vacated, and that's a base hit. Pirates had shifted for him to pull, and Simmons is now 1 for 3. And this will bring up a pinch hitter now. Evan Gattis to face Jared Hughes, who's making his 61st appearance.
Good numbers here for Hughes, but this is a big matchup. I'm sure he would rather face Gattis with nobody on. But Gattis, who got the Hughes once with a long ball at PNC Park, 22 on the season. But Hughes took care of Gattis last night, striking him out.
Evan Gattis, old school, no batting gloves. Spits right in his hands and rubs it in. 1 out, runner at first is Andrelton Simmons. Hughes pitch. Ground ball right to Mercer. Flips to Walker for 1. Back to first. Double play. Outstanding.
Boy, good stuff by Jared Hughes and his defense behind him, making it look easy. 3 outs away.
Jared Hughes is a ground ball machine. Evan Gattis hitting into the inning ender. And we go to the 9th in Atlanta. For the Braves, top of the 9th, and here's how we got to the top of the 9th. Pinch hitter Evan Gattis standing in. It didn't take long for him to record 2 outs.
Yeah, and Jordy Mercer has to come in. Looked like he maybe didn't have the greatest grip. When that ball flips to the end of his glove, you wonder, how accurate that toss to Neil Walker was. But Mercer makes it look easy and effortless like he always does. Brings Neil Walker across the bag and out of harm's way. Neil with the perfect pivot as usual. And an easy, stress-free inning for Jared Hughes.
So the Pirates are now just an inning away here. Phil Gosselin moves over to shortstop. Ramiro Pena over to second base. Simmons is out. And in the ball game right now is Chasen Shreve.
Pretty good numbers. 11 appearances, .87 ERA.
And Gabby Sanchez grounds one right back to him. One pitch and one out for Shreve. And Gregory Polanco will come up next. Polanco has not had a plate appearance tonight. He came in for defense in the 7th inning. Well, Milwaukee, 2 men on. They've got the tying run at first base with 1 out in the 9th. Aroldis Chapman hit the first man, Carlos Gomez, put him on.
Walk Lucroy.
We'll see what happens there. Right here, Gregory Polanco takes a strike. Gregory hitting .238. 7 home runs and 33 runs batted in. First time Polanco is going through a pennant chase. 0-1. Chasen Shreve, a left-hander who spent time in Gwinnett, AAA. Was recalled on September 1st for the 2nd time this year. And Polanco chases one down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pirates hopeful to get a little insurance. They've got a 1-run lead. It's the slimmest of margins. Something they've been accustomed to. 1-run ball games. This one is flared foul and out of play. We were talking about this yesterday, John. I asked you about the 92 Buccos, which you were a part, and I said, do you remember how many 1-run games you had in 92?
A bunch.
62. 62 1-run games in 1992. And, you know, considering how many games the Pirates won that year and how successful they were, a lot of them were nail-biters.
The team played great defense, had good pitching, and played fundamentally strong offensively. Jim Leyland used the bunt quite often, especially with Jay Bell. Get runners in scoring position for Van Slyke and Bonds. And it worked. They had a great record in those 1-run games.
2-2. Strike 3, and Polanco is out looking. 2 men out. Also 2 men out in Cincinnati.
Fastball, boy, getting a call. Nothing in the strike zone there for the lefty. Pitch down and away, it appeared.
Tony Watson warming up. Not Mark Melancon. Tony Watson ready to go. He did not appear last night. Melancon's pitched a lot lately. And Jose Tabata in there as a pinch hitter takes a strike. Tabata batting in the 9 spot. One ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike pitch coming to Jose. And a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Pulled the string on him.
One ball and 2 strikes to Jose Tabata. Shreve ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. That's inside. 2-2. So the Pirates will call on all-star left-hander Tony Watson to try to close this game out for Garrett Cole. Watson picked up the save on Sunday afternoon against the Brewers. That was his third major league save. 2-2. Tabula chops it foul. The game in Cincinnati is now final. The Reds have won. They have beaten Milwaukee. The Pirates' magic number is down to 1.
Just take care of business here in the bottom of the 9th. And on the anniversary of last year's clinching, the Pirates could do it again.
The 2-2, and Tabula hits a ground ball toward the middle. Pass Pena into center field. And the Pirates with a base runner. And let's send you back to Stan Savran in Pittsburgh with a game break. So the magic number goes from 2 to 1. Gather everybody by the TV. Here's Josh Harrison. 1 for 4 tonight. Shreve's pitch. And Josh takes inside.
Chase Darno in at first. Pinch running for Jose Tabata. See if he can get in the scoring position. Get Josh Harrison a chance to drive in another run.
1-0 pitch from Shreve. It's fouled back. Pirates fans are applauding. They've realized on the scoreboard that the game has gone final in Cincinnati. And Kutch is focused on the job at hand.
As they put that final up, you look over a couple spots, you see Chicago gave up 3 to the Cards. Now they're tied.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Harrison. And he shoots it foul right side into the second deck. Well, Clint Hurdle, since taking over in 2011, has changed this culture. Changed the culture of Pittsburgh baseball. They believed in 2011. They were trying to get there in 2012. There goes Darno. And Chase is out. 3 outs to go till the Pirates can clinch a postseason berth. We'll have it for you next. tied with the Giants, looking to pull ahead of the Giants. And looking to raise it here tonight in Atlanta. Pirates have never clinched on this soil here in Atlanta, Georgia. Could be the first time tonight. 11 different teams have clinched in that visitors clubhouse downstairs. Pirates hoping to make it an even dozen. Bucks looking for back-to-back Bucktobers. Tony Watson, the man called upon to close things out. He'll face the top of the order. Emilio Bonifacio, the switch hitter, batting right-handed. And he takes a strike. Bonifacio has struck out twice. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. In the 0-1. Now it's 0-2.
Gotta think that Tony Watson has maybe a few butterflies going out there tonight, knowing the importance of this outing, getting these last 3 outs.
The 0-2 fouled off. We mentioned the 92 Pirates had 62 one-run games, while these 2014 Pirates have had 59. This is their 60th. They're 30 and 29 in one-run games. That would be their 4th in a row. Mark Melancon not available tonight to go. He's been pitching a lot lately. 0-2 pitch to Bonifacio. Oh, check swing, and it goes back to the screen.
Barely staying alive.
Neil Walker, Pittsburgh kid, big part of this franchise's turnaround. Gabby Sanchez, and of course, face of the franchise, Andrew McCutchen. Starling Marte has had a go-ahead RBI tonight. And Bonifacio takes a pitch just outside. Remember, it was Marte who had the game-winning RBI with a home run in Chicago a year ago today in the clincher. He might have 2 in a row.
Yeah.
That also was a one-run game at 2-1. 1-2 pitch. He got him. Strike 3. Third time tonight. Bonifacio down on strikes. And the Pirates are 2 outs away.
Pull the string. The good changeup. Look at the pitches all around the strike zone. None of them inside that box. And Bonifacio, we saw it earlier in this game, back in the 6th, chasing a pitch off the plate, a fastball. This time a changeup down and away.
Bucco fans on their feet. They can say they were here. And the Let's Go Bucks chants. Pitch to Phil Gosler. Strike 1. Gosler is 0 for 3 tonight. Tony's 0-1 pitch. Swung on, and that is into center field for a base hit. And the Braves with a tying run aboard in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Watson not used to the ball being hit that hard, right back at him. Heading to count, throws that fastball pretty much right where the other one was, and right back up towards his glove. He gets a piece of it with that mitt.
One out, one on. Freddie Freeman is the batter. The first baseman has a double tonight. He's 1 for 3. This one pulled foul for strike 1.
Pirates defensively guarding against the double extremely deep in the outfield. Gabby Sanchez staying on the line at first base as he holds on Goslin.
Nothing in 1 to Freddie Freeman. Ooh. Close but no cigar for Tony Watson. 1-1 now. to the Braves first baseman. Watson an all-star for the first time this year. Clint Hurdle has said as recently as yesterday that he believes that Tony does have the stuff of a closer. Strike to Freeman. 1-2. Watson had the save Sunday against the Brewers at PNC Park. Tonight looking for his 4th career save. 1-2 pitch. And Freeman, a bouncing ball to first. This could do it. There's one. Pirates are going to the postseason. Back-to-back Bucktobers for the Buccos. A double play ends it tonight. The Pirates win it 3-2. And it's champagne on ice for the Pirates.
What a team. What a team. From the pitching staff, the starters, the relievers, this offense has come on so strong. This year, 2014, everybody contributing. Andrew McCutchen, another fine season. In the middle of it again today with a couple of hits, 2 runs scored. An amazing run once again. This team turning it up a notch down the stretch. What a September this team has had. Last year, no fluke. This team, Mark Melancon, not out there, sure, a little disappointed, but a huge reason as well. What a team.
The Pirates are 15-6 in September. They go to 86-71, a season best. 15 games over 500. The postseason caps are going on. The hugs, the celebration will begin as the Pirates are the 12th different team to be able to celebrate like this in a clincher in the visitors' clubhouse at Turner Field.
And as you say that, that feels pretty good, especially after the Pirates and what happened back in 1992 in Game 7, where they were preparing to celebrate in that clubhouse. It would almost be more fitting if it happened last year, but a year later, we'll take it. We'll celebrate in this city, not the same ballpark, the old ballpark next door. Listen to the Pirate fans going nuts. They're here in full force once again. But it feels good to do it here in Atlanta against these Braves.
Well, the Pirates guaranteed a wild card spot. Have to wait and see how it turns out to see whether or not they'll host a wild card game or whether or not they'll still catch the Cardinals in the division. We'll have all of the clubhouse reaction right here. We're going to be taking you in there with Robbie Ince-Mikowski and Rob King. We'll have interviews, and you'll see the celebration live right here on Root Sports as Gabby Sanchez comes up. Francisco Liriano had the win last night. Garrett Cole, 11 wins now, one more than in his rookie season when he had 10. Cole is now 8-1 in the month of September. He's been Mr. September for the Buccos. Freddie Freeman hitting into a double play to end the inning. And watch the dugout.
Not quite the reaction we saw a year ago when you're breaking that long losing streak, 20 straight years. You know, this team expected to be here again this year. Obviously excited. They're heading to the postseason, but a little more workmanlike, a little more businesslike this year. They know they have more to do. Hoping to pull out the division and hoping to go deeper into the playoffs this year than a year ago.
Well, they didn't wear that hat for nothing. Happy Pirates clubhouse. See Garrett Cole at the door. He's congratulating them all as they come up. How about Cole tonight? 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and at one point he retired 17 straight Atlanta Braves.
The last 17 he had faced, and he just got stronger as the game went along. And it's kind of fitting that this team does it the way it did again tonight. They fall behind. They come back. They get the big hits. The strong pitching performance from Cole. Next to nothing from the bullpen once again. A one-run win. Back-to-back years with champagne in the clubhouse.
Buccos come to Atlanta with one thing in mind, and they wanted to clinch as early as tonight. They knew tonight would be the absolute earliest they could clinch. They got it done.